The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. Darnold going to throw right away. Try to get it to Williams, but it's intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. And the Jags will have solid field position here as they take over at their 45-yard line. And they'll throw on first down with Lawrence. And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete.
One thing that you're going to see from this offense is that they love the matchup with their wide receivers against this secondary. That one wasn't successful, but don't expect them to back away from attacking all game long.
Fights through it. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
And the tight end is certainly a position built to move the chains because they can control space underneath. If they've got good hands, then, of course, they're a dynamic target. But one other thing is they're right in the sight lines of a quarterback on just about every play. And that makes it easier for the quarterback to pick him out and deliver.
The loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
Jones will come now in motion right. Now on 2nd and 13, Lawrence. That's out wide here for Robinson. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9. Now this defense for the Lions, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
I have to admit I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
On 3rd down, Lawrence. Completing it here to Marvin Jones. Touchdown, Jaguars. Marvin Jones, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jaguars use the early turnover to get on the board first here in this one. But he will not be able to take this in for 2. And after the block, our score will stay at 6-0. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, wound up leading to a touchdown the other way. How do you approach drive number 2?
Going back to your game plan coming in, everyone has matchups that they like better than others. Where they think they have an advantage, dial up some of those plays. Try and go to those spots and get your offense moving.
So in Jacksonville territory now, here's a 1st and 10 at the 47. Flush to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Throws it away. The wise move there. Looked like nobody open. Now 2nd down. The Lions at 9-2 to start play. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Darnold. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And this is taken in at the 5. And in for the Lions touchdown. Kyle Pitts. 47 yards. And the Lions are an extra point away now from moving out in front. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And they take the lead here at 7-6. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
As the offense begins another drive here, pretty simple, Charles. They want to carbon copy what happened the last time out when they ended their drive in the end zone.
You're right about that, partner. Sounds pretty simple, doesn't it? Just score again, but we know it's not that simple because we don't just make adjustments at halftime. If you're a good football team, you spend that time on the sideline, you study what's on the notes and the tablets, and you make those adjustments, prevent a repeat of the last drive. Series to series, the best teams, that's how they get it done.
And we'll find out here soon enough whether those adjustments are enough defensively.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. On 2nd and 9, Lawrence. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Brandon, we saw these defenders fly into the football in their win last week, and nothing has changed. They're still moving around quickly and forcing incompletions.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
This one complete to Christian Kirk.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. On 1st and 10, it's Robinson.
And they'll get to him after a gain of 7 to the 47.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Throwing quickly, this is caught by Kirk. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Complete to Christian Kirk. A 4-yard pickup on the play. First down, Jaguars.
So the ball moves into Lion territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Now Lawrence to throw. And one more time, here's Kirk.
And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. Give him back-to-back catches now. That one for 16 and another first down. In motion right is Jones.
Back to the ground with Robinson.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. And the tackle there will go to Charles Harris. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
And a short gain down to about the 33. The 2nd down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
And not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Here's Lawrence to throw. He'll get this out to the flat for ETN.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. A big one there for the Jags. 18 yards, first down.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. Running out of the gun with ETN.
And nowhere to run on the interior of that defensive line. He'll get back only to the line of scrimmage.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Now Lawrence.
He completes it to Jones. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17.
2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12. We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down. Lawrence. And Ingram holds it in. And the Jaguars are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
And that could be one of those turning point plays in a ball game. A field goal gets you the lead here, but they want to make a statement and get 6 points. And they're certainly going to get that opportunity as they get the conversion and set up 1st and goal.
So another 3rd down conversion, and now they've got a 1st and goal. ETN is not going to get a whole lot, maybe a yard down to the 3.
Only a yard that time, 2nd and goal.
Lawrence hit and the ball is free.
And this is scooped up by the Lions. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, give some credit to the defense. They forced the big play, knocked the ball free from him, but that's a cardinal sin by the quarterback. Know where you are on the field, and he just gave up at a minimum 3 points.
Instead of getting down, takes the contact. The turnover ensues.
Meanwhile, Darnold's throw going into the hands of Williams.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. The drive starting play, a good one. Give him 19. On 1st and 10, Darnold eluding the pressure right.
And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground. Kyle Pitts, the intended receiver.
That'll bring up 2nd down.
The coverage was good, but I just wonder if they absolutely fooled the quarterback on that play. I think he was expecting something else. Ended up with nowhere to throw the football successfully.
2nd and 10 now from the 27.
Darnold now to throw. This one into the hands of Pitts. On the move past the 40. Now he's loose down the middle of the field.
A big play there on the catch and run. 71 yards.
I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving. Now Darnold going to take it and just bat this one forward to his wideout.
And he will score. Touchdown, Lions.
Jamison Williams.
A 2-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is up to 8. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
Last time out, remember, they fumbled the football. That led to the touchdown. And, Charles, they were in the red zone, so that's a backbreaker. They got to try to pick up the pieces here on this drive.
Yeah, and I actually started to do the math here, so be patient with me. 12-point swing is the way I calculate it, because not only did they drop the ball in the red zone, they watched the opponent score a touchdown right after that. So their goal, have a drive here and try and get some of those points back.
Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to lose a yard or two. Taken down behind the line.
Kirby Joseph
in there to record the second sack of his young NFL career. The sack cost him only a yard. It's 2nd and 11.
Lawrence will throw.
Trying to get it to Robinson, and it's intercepted.
Picked up by Afitu Melifonwu. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Well, defensively, you're over there trying to catch your breath and try not to show the offense that you're a little bit fatigued. You're right back out there after the turnover. Now they've got to work towards getting another couple of stops and forcing them into at least a long field goal situation.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Darnold. And this is taken in at the 5. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. It's a gain of 34.
When they've needed a play this year, he's certainly been the guy to deliver it. As this season has gone on, he's been awfully consistent and sometimes spectacular.
Oh, how about this call down near the goal line? And he's going to take it in for a Lion touchdown.
Jamison Williams, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Lions go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point by Seibert, up and good. And the lead is up to 15 now. Here are the Lions now as they line up and kick this one away. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half.
38-yard line, 2nd and 11. Now Lawrence.
That's going to be caught by Kirk.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45. On 1st and 10, it's Lawrence. The pass complete to Ingram on the crossing route.
And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41. Now another timeout called for by the offense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 41, Lawrence. That's caught on the left side by Kirk. Now the offense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Here's Lawrence.
And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram.
Picked off by Deshaun Elliott. And the Lions are going to take over at their own 11-yard line.
When a team's turned it over 3 times in the first half, we just look at the offense and say, guys, what are you doing? But instead, we really should be looking at the defense. They've created the takeaways. 2 interceptions, 1 caused fumble. They played awfully well swarming to the ball here in the first half.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
As this old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out hot. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now it's Darnold. He's airing it out for Williams. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works. Sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
This time they stay on the ground. And he's going to be marked down short of the first down, right around the 17. So we reach halftime in what's been a fairly one-sided game so far. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the 3rd quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a field goal. It's what I call one of those calming drives. Try and slow things down a little bit.
Throwing now, Lawrence on first down. Open man is Kirk, complete. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. A good position to be in here, 2nd and inches. They'll try the left side with Etienne. And this time they were waiting for him as he'll be knocked down before he can get back to the line of scrimmage. Jones will come now in motion right. 3rd and 2, now Lawrence. And that is incomplete.
How about this defense? They came up with a couple of big plays in this sequence, and none better than the one right there, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
I'm ready.
They're going on 4th down. Lawrence. Caught by Jones. And he is going to have a Jags first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. Just his 2nd catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains. So the drive will indeed continue. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Back to throw. Lawrence. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up 2nd down.
Brandon, I think he's just grateful to get back to the line of scrimmage and avoid not just losing yardage, but a big hit on that play as well. That defense closed on him quick and forced a quick surrender out of bounds.
On 2nd down, a run with Etienne. And he's got room. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Travis Etienne, 35 yards. yards. And the Jags are able to cut into that deficit. The extra point up and good by Garibay.
And that'll cut the lead to 21-17.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive. But Charles, they still have the lead despite their defense giving up a touchdown on the previous possession. And even though they have that lead, it feels like a back-and-forth ball game where to try to get momentum back, maybe they need at least 3 here on this drive.
I think you're right about that, Brandon, because your game plan doesn't change. I do believe your urgency does because of the last score that went against your team. So what you want to do now is have your own drive and try and make sure that that momentum stays in your camp.
Swift going to try up the middle.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 14 and a first down for Detroit. Seemed like a couple sets of eyes were on the quarterback, so he decided, hey, I'm going to hand this off. Got a good gain out of it.
And you know you need good blocking up front in order to gain yardage, but every one of these RPOs, if you do it right and they look the same, whether it's handed off inside or the quarterback keeps it, that allows you to fool the defense so often. And in this case, fooled them with the inside run.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
They'll stay on the ground with Swift.
And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'm getting a sense that the momentum of this game is changing since the break. Nice play there, and this D is fired up.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Back to throw, Darnold. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 32-yard line. Last play, they got stuffed at the line. Different story here, over 20 yards. So in Jacksonville territory now. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line. Now Darnold.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. What good hands there defensively. It's 2nd down.
They had their backs up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
So 2nd and 10 now here in the 3rd quarter from Detroit.
To throw is Darnold. Hit as he throws there, incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Here's Darnold.
And that's out to the flat for Swift.
And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
You have to ask the question, where was the help? Because it's a little surprising to me that he'd find that much room to run this close to the end zone. He doesn't quite get there, but he sets his guys up with a 1st and goal.
How about this on 1st and goal? And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 9. Now from the 9, here's 2nd and goal. Here's Darnold. And he just chucked that one out of bounds, out of everyone's reach. Maybe a wise call not to take a sack in this part of the field. It brings up 3rd down.
Well, sometimes an incompletion is the right play. And he showed that he's learned from his earlier interception on that throw. Instead of forcing it, he just tossed it away.
A big play forthcoming. Here's 3rd and goal. It's Williams on the catch. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. They wind up with 6 on the hook up there, but it's not enough. 4th and goal.
A short game that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it. On 4th down, Darnold. And he fires one that's intercepted. He's at the 50. The 30. 10, 5. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. So they go for it on 4th and goal, hoping to get 6, and it's 6 the other way.
If hindsight is 20/20, they would have gone ahead and kicked the field goal, but by being aggressive, it actually cost them. Give up 6 points going the other way.
Lawrence going to look to throw for it. Throws right side. And he's got it. So they went ahead and went for 2 to tie the game, and it works out. We have played 3 quarters. A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fields this way up at the 17. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30. The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. They will look to flush the memory of that pick 6 as we now have a brand new tie ball game here in the 4th quarter, getting down to the good stuff. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
On 2nd down and 4, Darnold. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
And, partner, in a tie game in the 4th quarter, you and I both know in the NFL, that's when you lean on your stars. And he came through with a nice catch right there.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
They try to throw on 2nd down, but this one is incomplete.
Certainly appeared to take away his first read, and by the time he tried to look elsewhere and find an open target, the coverage was too good. That one falls incomplete.
A field goal from this spot likely out of the question. They've got to get closer here on third down. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. And this is going to be intercepted. Rayshon Jenkins picks it off. And the Jaguars are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, and that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
Here's Robinson again on second down. It's a pretty strong running there as he'll take this across the 50 and down to the 44. 58 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries.
Interior of that line blocked really well on that run, but also the 2 tight ends, they blocked well too.
Not only have they scouted the line of scrimmage, with their agility, they can get upfield and hit moving targets like linebackers, defensive backs. They do a really good job helping out the running game.
A snap to Lawrence as he taps this forward.
And he'll be brought down at about the 42.
A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled up.
And that is caught at the 10-yard line. Touchdown, Jaguars. Evan Ingram, 42 yards.
And the Jaguars have broken our tie and have taken a 4th quarter lead. Extra point up and good by Garibay.
And they will take a 7-point lead.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. Pulls it in at the 13. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Detroit offense ready to begin their drive.
The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. And they need their best drive of the game right here.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. He's airing it out for Williams.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker.
Shaquille Griffin with a pick. Boy, what a turnaround. They exited the lockers with a nice lead, and now all of this. What's happened?
So when you start to write your novel, you'll start out with, it was a tale of 2 halves, won't you?
Hey, but I'm a bad writer.
I don't know exactly what happened because sometimes teams can go in with a lead and get too comfortable, too relaxed, and a couple of things go wrong, and it's hard to get back that good feeling.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. They'll send a receiver in motion left.
Here's Robinson again on second down. And he is going to be stopped up at the line of scrimmage. And we'll have a stoppage as well as we have reached the 2-minute warning.
This is a big 3rd down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Now Lawrence to throw.
And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Lions are going to take possession of the football. I'm surprised with the lead in a one-score game this late, they're even putting the ball in the air in that situation.
Almost makes me feel like the head coach might be second-guessing himself by not clicking on and saying, all we're doing is running it here. But give credit to the guys on defense. They made a play that they absolutely had.
And that's intercepted yet again, and that could be the backbreaker. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. Little bit of a backbreaker right there. You're down close, one-score game, trying to push the ball down the field and score, and you throw a pick six.
And sometimes you take a little bit of a gamble when you're making your throws, right? Sometimes you press it a little bit more than maybe you wanted to because you want that score so badly. In this case, it cost them.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Pulls it in at the 13. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Lions offense ready to kick off their next drive. Now they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Darnold to throw. Able to connect with Chark. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll force upon him a 3rd and 14. Short play like that in this situation this late, that's a win for the defense.
No doubt. I remember something Coach Madden used to talk about all the time. Sometimes you can't just take what the defense gives you. You have to take what you need. And in this case,
he's got a man, complete. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 34 seconds to go in the game. The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. Throw over the middle. He finds Williams. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
At the Jaguars' 43-yard line.
Ahead of the chains now, 2nd and 2. Darnold. He's airing it out for Williams. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
When you're leading in the final quarter, your radar has to be up for any potential deep shots. And probably not the last one they're going to see in this game, not as long as they hold this lead.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. Now Darnold. Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 28. Darnold. That's going to be caught. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it... One piece to the puzzle done.
still have hope.
Seibert on for the PAT. And that'll cut the lead down now to a touchdown. So now with little time remaining, they'll have this and maybe one more play. And this is going to be recovered by the Jaguars. And that should just about do it. Fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big second half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better.